Welcome to the second episode of IE News Fall 2013.
Today we're joined by Marshall Fulbright, the Department Chair for the Performing Arts Department, as well as the Theater Department's Anthony Carrera, with a rundown of what's coming up in theater here at Long Beach City College.
Also, we have a transfer coordinator to give us all the ins and outs for transferring from LBCC to a four-year university.
Stay tuned for this edition of IE News.
Now for our first story, recently, IE News' own Drew Darnell had the opportunity to sit down with the new department chair for LBC's Performing Arts Department, Marshall Fulbright.
Hello and welcome to this week's Spotlight interview. I'm here with Marshall Fulbright, the department chair for the Performing Arts. So Marshall, I guess to start things off, what are some of the things that your job entails? Some of the things that require you for your position?
Some of the main things that my position entails are to come up and coordinate the schedule for classes. So the schedule of classes that every student sees online, I put that together, and then in conjunction with other faculty members, we kind of change things around depending on the needs of the department, depending on what courses are needed for that semester, because in most areas, the courses will change every single semester.
Oh, yeah.
The other is I'm supposed to be the first line of defense for conflicts.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So when student issues come up, or if there are issues with other students, between student and student, issues between student and faculty, if two faculty members or three faculty members.
Yeah.
So I kind of play that kind of mediator between that before it goes to our dean or the vice president, if it needs to go that far. And there have been times where it does, but most of the time I'd say 90% of them never go that far. It's usually handled in my office.
Awesome. So you're like the muscles involved.
I'm the mediator.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like to flex the muscle, but.
So what are some of your future plans for the department?
Interesting. I really don't have any specific future plans. As a overall department, we kind of come together. Like today, we had a faculty meeting, and we talk about where do we envision certain areas or programs going.
Okay. Yeah.
So faculty really do have a say in that. I have a larger say in where the actual music area is going.
Awesome.
And there are 5 of us in that area. But for example, the dance faculty decide where they want to go, and the theater faculty, they decide which direction they want to go. If they want to change classes, drop classes, restructure classes, restructure a program, that really is in their area, and I just kind of help facilitate that.
Okay.
In general, this is brand new for us. So to have a performing arts department, which is pretty standard at other schools, is very exciting because we really can be a performing arts. Before, it was music, radio, and television, and then it was theater, film, and dance, and now we're all just performing arts. We have music, theater, and we have dance. We all share the same space. We all have a lot of the same needs, the same requirements. So it's just a better fit. So in general, I would just hope that we would be able to move forward as a unit and make every single department better just because we're all together.
Yeah, it's like one giant family now. That's cool.
Yeah.
So how's your experience been at LBCC so far? I imagine pretty good.
It has.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of challenges.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
The last year with the program discontinuance and all the budget issues, when I first started, it was a lot of up.
Okay,
then we have a down.
Yeah.
And fortunately now with the new restructuring and new focuses, it's on an upswing again.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
I think a lot of people in their careers over, 20 or 30 years, you might have a few ups and downs. And a shorter 8-year cycle, we've really had a huge down, and I'm hoping that we have a big up now.
Yeah, I imagine. It seems like it would go that way. So you mentioned that you're kind of the main person behind the music department. Kind of, you have a lot of say in the music department here at LBCC. And you said you majored in music in college.
Yes.
How was that experience like? Your music background?
My music background, well, I started off taking classes at Pasadena City College.
Awesome.
I was fortunate enough to, after high school, to be able to get a scholarship and go to Chapman University.
Oh wow!
So
that's nice.
that experience was very good for me.
Uh-huh.
I don't think for any institution, Chapman may not have worked for you.
Yeah.
It may not have worked for anybody else, but it really was a great place for me to learn and develop as a musician and as a person, which I think has shaped me over my last 20 years. So
Wow, that's really cool. So far, what have been some of your favorite moments working here at LBCC? Is there any specific moment that you've had that's just like stand out, or any moment in general? I imagine the students.
There's sometimes not so much all the time.
Not a good moment.
Well,
but
actually, one of the highlights was last year. My colleague Brian Hamilton and I took our chamber groups to New York.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And it really is a big deal when you have some students that have never left California.
Yeah.
And then to get on a plane and then to be in Times Square. For me, it was a lot of work. And I always tell him, gosh, just going on these tours is so much work, and it's because it really is way outside of our jobs.
Oh yeah.
We teach our classes, and then we do this extra, tour planning for 40 people to go across the country, and then we get there, and it all becomes worth it because the students have had so much of an experience to the point where they're just flying on cloud nine for weeks after that, and that honestly was probably the best part of my teaching experience, is to afford them the opportunity to do other things that they never would have never done before. And I don't know how long if they're even going to have that opportunity elsewhere.
Yeah, my mind would be blown going to New York. That must have been such a cool experience. And so what are some of what are you most anticipating for this semester? Is there something that you're looking forward to most for this semester coming, this fall 2013 semester?
For it to be over.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a very challenging year with all the construction, with all the schedule changes, like rooms that are not there that are been reallocated or moved around. It's been a really challenging semester. Again, I think they're growing pains, and it's a good challenge.
Yeah.
But I'm really waiting for the last 3 or 4 weeks of the semester just to kind of coast through the end and to be done.
Yeah. Well, it's moving by fast so far, it seems like it. And so, final question, what kind of advice to students would you give? Students in the performing arts, or students coming from high school just now entering their first semester of LBCC?
Some of the advice that I always give my students is you have to be prepared. You may not know the subject matter or the materials, but you need to come to class prepared. My niece just went off. She was at a community college, and now she's at Cal State East Bay. And I called her and said, you better not show up to any of your classes without the books and materials that you need on the very first day of class. Because I guarantee you the instructor, professor will look at you if you walk into the class completely prepared, and your entire semester will be different. I can't tell you the number of times I walk into a class and students will walk in with zero paper and not have any idea. They just, I kind of think I might want to take this class. People want to, this is my passion. And, if you're going to come to the class, either come prepared and then don't do it, but don't come unprepared and then halfway do it. Do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. That's my biggest advice for every student. No matter what it is, if you're supposed to do something, do it.
Yeah.
Don't not do something, because it really does make you look like honestly like almost like a flake.
Yeah.
And the other thing I always say is that if you're not going to invest in your own education, why should I? So you need to come prepared. You need to have read the book. You need to have questions that you want asked, and that are really thought-provoking. Don't ask me to define something that you can look up in a book. I can define or help you with a concept.
Yeah.
But if a student comes to class and they want me to read a glossary to them, then that's not what my job is. My job is to help you understand something, and prepared students know that. Unprepared students need to know what a definition is.
Definitely. Well, Marshall, thank you so much for coming and doing this interview. And I hope that the semester goes by as smoothly as possible for you. I'm sure it definitely will.
Good.
And I am Drew Darnell for IE News.
Thanks, Drew. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with IE News after a quick commercial break.
Welcome back to IE News. The Red Bull Fluke Talk came to Long Beach on September 21st, and our very own Daniel Garcia was there to see what it was all about.
Hi, I'm Daniel Garcia with IE News, and we're here at the very first ever Fluke Talk event hosted by Red Bull. Now they say Red Bull gives you wings, so let's go find out if that's true or not. This was the first human-powered flying competition that was held simultaneously in 5 cities, including our very own Long Beach. We met up with members of the Oakley Factory pilots, and they talked to us about their inspiration behind their craft.
My name is Brandon Curry. I'm an engineer at Oakley, and this is Brent Haven. He's also an engineer at Oakley.
We started out with a fish idea to have a flying fish. And the first fish design was just kind of looked like a trout, and then we decided we needed to go to the top of the food chain. So then we looked at our fish options for the top of the food chain and decided we wanted to go with the angler fish. It took us about 6 weeks of building and lots of hours after work. They still made us do our day job, and then after that we could go to the shop and work on this thing. Our structure is set apart from everybody else's because we got to go over the top. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it big, and we're going to make it freaking awesome.
Teams from all over the West Coast ascended on Rainbow Harbor to strut their stuff and to take to the skies. Teams aren't only judged on flight distance, but also in areas of creativity and showmanship. There were crashes and splashes aplenty, but a few creative chickens flew the coop and set a Fluke Talk world record of 258 feet to win the event. For IE News, I'm Daniel Garcia.
Thanks, Daniel. Here at Long Beach City College, many students often look for opportunities to transfer to a 4-year university. To that end, our very own Drew Darnell sat down with transfer coordinator Ruben Page for some tips on what it takes to transfer.
Hello, and welcome to another Spotlight interview. Today I'm joined with Ruben Page, the transfer coordinator for LBCC. Ruben, this is a really awesome chance for myself, also other students that are watching, because I have a lot of questions about transferring. So I guess my first question are, when are the deadlines, and what are some things that we must do to prepare?
There's actually a big deadline creeping up right now.
Yeah.
And that's the November 30th priority filing deadline for Cal State and UC applicants for fall of 2014. Now the CSU applications are already open, and students can actually start submitting them online right now.
Okay.
The UC applications are open, but they can't hit the submit button until November. So they have between November 1st and November 30th to hit submit, but they have this time right now within this month of October to really start getting through the pages of the UC application. So that's the biggest deadline coming up right now, is the November 30th. I can't guarantee, because it's called the priority filing deadline, that all the Cal States or UCs will extend beyond November 30th. So what I tell my students is just make sure you apply by November 30th. If students are still worrying about this during Thanksgiving, it just ruins their Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I would rather our students finish it as early as possible.
That's very smart. And then I guess another question I have personally, what are the chances, I mean, how much does it affect if you try to transfer without your AA? Like what's kind of the code for that? I imagine it probably makes it possibly a little bit harder.
Yeah, well, There is no transfer requirement that says you have to have an AA to transfer.
Okay,
Let me
cool.
make that straight. But there are some advantages to having a specific type of AA, and that's our AA or AS for transfer. Some people call them associate degrees for transfer. So we have about a dozen of them right now. And if you get one of these associate degrees for transfer, there's a couple advantages. The Cal States guarantee you a home within the CSU system.
Oh, cool.
Not to a particular school, but a home somewhere. They'll find you a
Yeah.
home somewhere. It also gives you what they call a GPA bump. So here's how the bump looks. If you're applying to an impacted school, they give you a 0.1 bump, an impacted school or an impacted major. So if you come in with a 3.3, the Cal States see that as a 3.4 GPA.
Oh, cool.
Now it's even better for if it's a non-impacted school or non-impacted major because they give you a 0.2 bump. So a 3.3 is seen as a 3.5.
Oh,
So
wow.
a big advantage. And also another part of that degree is after you transfer, they guarantee that you'll be finishing up your bachelor's degree within 60 units. So it's really defined in terms of what you're taking here and what you have to finish off after you transfer. So no requirement for an AA, but definitely some advantages if you're getting an associate degree for transfer.
Wow, that's really cool. So there are a lot of choices out there for like a lot of students. There's Cal States, there's private schools, there's the states. What are some different? What are ways that you help like show students the right direction to the right school for their future?
Well, at Career and Transfer Services, a big piece is that we go on university tours.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's awesome.
Our big tour is usually in the spring, where we go to Northern California. We're planning to go this spring. We don't always have the funds to go every spring break, but we'll be going to UC Berkeley, San Francisco State, UC Santa Cruz, and Stanford. So we have privates, Cal States, and UCs in there. And of course, we take our local tours to Cal State Long Beach, Cal State Dominguez Hills, USC, UC Irvine, UCLA. And that's great that you brought up that question because students shouldn't only think about the transfer requirements, but the transfer environment.
Yeah.
Because you could have a 4.0 and head off to even Cal State Long Beach. And this is me not saying anything about Cal State Long Beach. And say to yourself after a semester, this is not the place for me. So I encourage students, even if the Career and Transfer Services Center isn't going on tours, to visit the campus. Most of the campuses, if you call them up, they have group tours throughout the week, and they're happy to show you around. So explore now.
Definitely. I love that you admitted that, said that, because Cal State definitely isn't for everybody. I tried it out, and it's just a weird, different environment. It's not right for everybody.
Right.
But I guess the next question is, how can students avoid university credits not transferring over? I mean, Long Beach City College credits not transferring to the university that they wanted.
There's a couple of foundational things that you have to take a look at. First of all, if you're following one of our transfer general education patterns, Plan B or Plan C, all of those units transfer and count towards your general education. Another handy tool is called assist.org, and with that website, you can click on any California community college to find out what's transferable to any of the Cal States or the UCs.
Oh, cool.
You can also use that website to find out what courses for your major you could take here before transferring. So those are really powerful tools. Our GEs, Plan B and Plan C, also called IGETC, and also looking on assist.org if you've made your decision on what your major is going to be.
I think it's important to how do you get students to prepare for a lot of the university requirements, because a lot of them, if you haven't taken your SATs yet, or if it's been too long, you have to take those, or letters of recommendation. How can you help students prepare for those university requirements?
Yeah, and that's part of the services that we provide with our centers at LAC and PCC. I tell students you've got to be really proactive if you're trying to transfer.
Yeah.
Because things change so often, and they'll ask different folks different things and get different types of information because it changes so often. So what I tell students is to take advantage of the services we offer here. Go on the tours. Like today, UC Berkeley has drop-ins at the transfer center. Career and Transfer Services Center. Tomorrow it's going to be UCLA. We have workshops for the applications coming up. We have folks in the center helping you fill out your applications. So take care of those services now before you transfer, or even close to transferring.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess final question is, what do you suggest to students to make a smooth transition, a quick and smooth transition from LBCC to their four-year university?
Start talking to their counselors when they first get here. Don't wait until it's time to apply. Start talking to your university reps in the very beginning. Don't wait until the very end. And once again, be proactive about using our services and checking up on your information. Don't just see a counselor in your very first semester and think I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Come back and see them every semester. Come back and see your visiting university counselors too.
I guess it's time to end this. Thank you so much, Ruben Page.
Sure.
And I am Drew Darnell for IA News.
Thanks, Drew. And for those of you looking to go out this weekend, here's a look at the weather with Justin Pack.
Hi, this is Justin for IA News weather forecast. As we take a look at the national map, as you can see on the East Coast will be rain and thunderstorms likely, and snow in the Eastern Canada region, in Michigan, in the Midwest, heavy snow likely and possible, and on the West Coast, as you can see, will bring rain in Los Angeles, and dry in San Francisco, Seattle, and Portland. Nice day for out there, and Idaho will be dry also. Now, here's your IA News local forecast for today. 61 in Malibu, 64 in Santa Monica, 61 in Los Angeles, 75 in West Covina, 78 in Anaheim, 75 in Long Beach, and 72 in Huntington Beach. And here's the 5-day forecast. Thursday is going to be 68 with an overnight temperature of 57, and Friday 70 with an overnight low of 58. Saturday is going to be 73 degrees with an overnight of 62, and on Sunday and Monday it's going to be also 62. And that's your weather forecast. For IA News, this is Justin Pack.
Thanks, Justin. Now, for those of you interested in theater, here's Ferio Khan with Theater Department Professor Anthony Carrero for a look at what's coming up.
Hello, I am here with Tony Carrero, who is one of the professors of the Department of Theater, Dance, and Film. Now, Tony, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, let's see. I started off just like everybody else. I wanted to be an actor, and the best route to go is college. So I started at a community college, just like right here at Long Beach City College. I transferred to a 4-year school, got my bachelor's degree, went on and was fortunate enough to get accepted to a master's program at the University of Washington. They have a thing called the Professional Actors Training Program, and I graduated a long time ago and immediately came to Los Angeles and just was a professional actor for about 15 years, and slowly but surely kind of slid into teaching and really fell in love with it. And I was working at a couple of colleges part-time, and then here at Long Beach they offered me a full-time position about 12 years ago, and I've been doing it ever since, and I'm really, really blessed and lucky to do it.
Now, I read that you are a certified sword fighter. Now, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's just one of the things we had to learn in graduate school. There's a great organization, a national organization called the Society of American Fight Directors. And what they do is they train actors primarily for the stage to reenact all sorts of stage violence, particularly actors who are learning to do Shakespeare, and they have to learn to do all those sword fights for like Romeo and Juliet, Three Musketeers, things like that. And we were taught it, and I fell in love with it, and so I kind of begged the teacher, can I practice with you? And he guided me into this organization where I tested and studied with them for about 3 years and became certified as a it's a strange thing to say, but a certified stage sword fighter. And I teach sword fighting. In fact, I teach here on campus. We do a class on unarmed combat for the actors, and we teach a class of theatrical sword fighting every semester. And I choreograph plays, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It keeps me healthy.
Now, day to day, what kind of responsibilities do you have?
Well, there's 2 full-time teachers here in the Performing Arts Department, Greg Mortensen and myself, and we pretty much handle all of the performing side of the classes. We teach beginning, intermediate, and advanced acting. Greg has sideline tangential work. He's an expert in voice and in improvisation, and I focus more on the movement for the actor, and I teach them as well as the acting classes. I teach all the movement, theatrical combat classes, and we do a couple of history classes. We both do that, and we both direct every semester. So I've just directed a play, and Greg will be directing very soon.
Now tell me about the recent restructuring of the department.
Yes, as you said, we're the Department of Theater and Dance and Film, but we're literally in a transition right now where we're becoming the Performing Arts Department. Film is moving over to our other campus, and we're going to become the department, we actually are already the Department of Music, Theater, and Dance. And I think it's a really good restructure because music and theater are right next to each other. It gives us an opportunity to kind of collaborate more. We're hoping to do musical theater, show big musicals, and just different types of collaboration. So we're in the process now. And of course, anytime that's a little clunky, but all in all, I think it's a really good, it's going to be a good thing for the students.
Yeah. Now tell me a little bit about your recent production that you directed, A Delightful Quarantine.
Yeah, that play is performing right now, and I don't know when this will go out. It may be already over, but each semester we do 2 main stage plays. We do a group of 1-act shows, but we do a play that's fully mounted 2-hour show, and I just directed this one. It's a very lighthearted play about a group of people in a small town who are visited by aliens. And as a result of this visit, they're all quarantined in whatever house they were in at that moment. And each person is stuck in houses that they don't belong in. And it basically deals with what kind of crazy shenanigans go on when you're stuck in a house that you're not supposed to be there and you're stuck there for 3 days. It's a wonderful challenge for the actors because they have to play all different age ranges. We have 11-year-old girls, we have 70-year-old people in the play, and all the students have to play those roles. And it's very, very funny play. It's also got a couple of really touching moments in it. It's a mixture of what you might call comedy drama, and we've got 21 actors working in it. So it's been a real challenge. But first week went very well. We're hoping to get a good turnout this week.
Now I'm curious to know how much of the actors get a say in the final production. Like, is it a little bit improv or?
That's a good question. It's kind of a yes and no thing. Their job is to serve the playwright, which means that they're supposed to stay within the script and always say what the playwright wrote. Within that, though, we develop the characters, the director and the actors together. So when actors come up with ideas on how that character should be done, that's exactly what I'm looking for. What a good director says, it's not my job to tell you how to do the character. It's your job to come up with 5 different ways, and my job to say, I like that one.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm sitting outside the play trying to look at the whole structure. And the actor is inside the play trying to figure out what's the best way to portray this character. What's the best way to take this 2-dimensional writing and turn it into a 3-dimensional character. So in regards to the development of their character, development of turning that into a real person, they have a lot to say about it.
That's good.
And that's really what it's all about. They have to learn how to create a character that's just written words.
Right.
You know, and it's fun to watch them
Yeah, that's
do
probably
that.
really good practice too.
Yeah, it's exactly, because it gets faster and faster. When they get into television, if they're doing sitcoms, they have a week. You know, if they're doing hour-long, they're shooting every single day. So the decisions they make in the audition process are usually what the director and producers liked, and so they know they've made those choices. They have to develop them then. So you start here on the stage. It's always harder to do the stage because we don't get to go cut.
Yeah.
They have to start at 8 o'clock and go all the way through to 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Any mistakes that happen on stage, they have to fix it while it's happening and hopefully not let the audience know they made a mistake.
Yeah. And then do you have any advice to students looking to get into the theater department?
Come on by and visit us anytime. I mean, we have a pretty strong program. We're very blessed. I mean, Greg studied at Juilliard. I studied at Cornell University. They've got some really, really good teachers here. And we're really working hard to connect with the 4-year schools, Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Long Beach. We've got a lot of transfer students. Our program is basically in the H&J building, the big auditorium, and right behind the music building. So anytime a student is interested in it, just seek us out. I pretty much live here. So they'll find me if they're looking for me.
And then if you want to talk about any upcoming shows.
Oh, I absolutely do, because as I said, we're just finishing up A Delightful Quarantine. But 1 month from today, I think it opens actually November 7th. Greg Mortensen is directing a great play that is kind of a perfect post-Halloween play. He's directing The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Wow.
And we have 2 theaters. We're really lucky. We have the big auditorium stage, and right next to it we have what's called a studio theater, a little black box theater. It's a much more intimate experience, and that's where he's going to perform it. So they're in rehearsal already, and in exactly a month. So it's about as different as 2 plays can be. This very lighthearted, almost sitcom type play, followed by this very dark and gothic mystery, you know, evil mystery of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So that's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be posters up, and we'll try to get some flyers up, but it's great to be able to kind of promote it now.
No, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I want to thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
And I'm Farrell Khan for IU News.
Thanks, Vario.
And that wraps things up for this edition of IE News. I'm Marisol Garcia.
And I'm Cruz Ayala. Be sure to tune in next time for important information in and around the Long Beach area. Thanks for watching.
And see you next time.